segment Shalosh, Nikud Achat, Nikud Chet, Hayadat Taki. This article invites you to deepen your understanding of what sorts of foods were typically consumed by Israelites in the ancient world. Let's begin by pronouncing the Hebrew words found in this article, and then we'll take a closer look at the photos. Chita, chita. Se'ora, se'ora. Pri, pri. Einav, einav. Shemen, shemen. Chema'ah, chema'ah. Chalav, chalav. Two aspects of this large jug are particularly noteworthy. First of all, it's four-handled, making it much easier to grasp, lift, and move this large container. Secondly, it's accompanied by a small juglet, which actually does fit into the mouth of the jug and would be used for dipping down into the larger container and drawing out a smaller portion. Perhaps there was oil in here, perhaps water, or on some occasions perhaps wine. Two aspects related to the receptacle for the smaller dipping pitcher give witness to the ingenuity of the level of pottery craftsmanship for household ware of this sort. Out of view, on the left side of the receptacle for the small dipping jug, there is a hole at the base of the receptacle. This would allow a natural drainage of any oil or other liquid which would be coating the small pitcher after having been dipped into the large jug. If you look closely, you will be able to see from this camera angle a small hole just below the lip of that receptacle. This is much smaller than the drain hole and raised higher than the drain hole that's out of sight around the left side. Perhaps this was for passing a small thread or cord through both the larger jug and the smaller juglet, so that when dipping it down into the larger jug, if you lost your grip, you would more easily be able to retrieve the smaller juglet. It's an ingenious and convenient piece of household pottery engineering. You'll notice from the caption that this jug dates from the period of Iron 2B to C, with the dates that correspond to roughly the era of the kings. The first kings of the United Monarchy of Israel would precede this era, but certainly the later kings, drawing right down to the fall of Jerusalem in 586 BCE. So this is a piece that we expect dates to that period of time. This oblong ceramic container with the flared mouth is a ceramic milk churn. You would take your fresh milk, pour it in here, and then arrange a sling out of rope, suspend it from some tree branch, and then periodically rock it in order to assist the development of the curds from the raw milk. Notice in particular the raised protrusions at each end of the container, making it easier to tie on a piece of rope. Typically, this sort of milk churn would not be made out of ceramic, but would be made out of animal skin. Notice the age of this particular archaeological artifact, the Chalcolithic era. To put that in perspective, if we locate the patriarchs, such as Abraham and his descendants, in the early to mid 2nd millennium BCE, then this reaches not only into the 3rd, but back into the 4th millennium BCE, much, much earlier than the patriarchs of Israel.